Do you really actually need Skillshare to succeed, or can you do it on your own? Hello everyone! Welcome to Art Business with Ness. I'm Ness and I'm a professional illustrator and art teacher. In my last video, we talked about the recent awful changes at Skillshare, and I had a little rant about all of the issues that I find with Skillshare in general. If you're interested in that and you haven't seen it yet, I'll put the link somewhere on the screen and in the description as well. But to summarize, I really can't recommend Skillshare. I really can't. That leaves us with the question, what other platforms are there available for people like us who want to create online art classes? And that's what we're talking about today. But right before we jump into it, please do me a solid and do all of the YouTube things. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And then don't forget to hit the little bell. The bell sends you notifications every time that you upload a new video. This way you're sure that you won't miss any of the advice. All right, so Skillshare alternatives. In case you don't know, I teach art business classes, and before I started this whole thing, I really did a lot of research and asked myself seriously for a second if I was going to use Skillshare. In the end, I ended up going with another thing, and I have had a lot of success with that. I am so glad that I didn't settle for Skillshare. Just in this past year, I have earned over $60,000 from my classes. That's in US dollars, so when I convert it to Canadian dollars, that is very good indeed. And it averages out to about 5,000 USD per month. On Skillshare, those are out of this world numbers that are almost never seen. They are numbers for only the truly exceptional top teachers. I'm not that exceptional. I'm just someone who succeeded in art and I want to teach it to others. That's all, and I had never taught anything before I started this whole thing. I learned on the go. I still struggle sometimes to have high quality audio and video, and perhaps most surprising of all, I achieved this success with only 3 classes. I sell 3 courses, that's it. So believe me when I say you don't need a platform like Skillshare to succeed. If I can do it, you can do it too. And you won't be leaving so much of the money on the table if you do it that way. So let's discuss your options. 1. Other online course marketplaces. As artists, Skillshare is the marketplace that we know the best because they really focus on arts and crafts and hobbies. However, Skillshare is not the only online course marketplace that exists, and it's not even the biggest one. There are many other such platforms like Udemy, Coursera, or Udacity, just to give a few examples. Now, most of these platforms, including Udemy, work with the same sort of revenue sharing model that Skillshare uses, so they're still very problematic. But they're all a little bit different. You really have to do your research into every single one of them. Some of them, like Udemy, do give you a little bit more control over the pricing of your individual courses. Udemy is a bigger marketplace than Skillshare, which means more competition, unfortunately, but it also means more users. There are pros and cons to all of these platforms, but the thing to remember here is that you don't actually have to choose. You own the copyrights to your classes and you can upload them to multiple platforms to earn more money from them if you wish. Personally, I don't like online course marketplaces at all. I don't like any of those platforms and I don't use any of those platforms. However, I know that we're all different. If online course marketplaces are really the good solution for you, then at the very least, I suggest that you upload your classes to multiple platforms to get more of your revenue. Number 2, course hosting platforms. Course hosting platforms are a paid service that gives you access to all the tools that you will need to create, host, and sell your online courses. It includes everything that you'll need, including sales pages, a student area, and payment processing. 2 of the most popular ones are Thinkific and Teachable. Now, like I said, these services are paid, and the fact that there is a fee to set up is what deters most people from going that way. On Skillshare, you can upload your classes for free and just try your luck without losing anything but a bit of time. That's what makes it so attractive, because it's risk-free. However, you pay very dearly for that privilege because Skillshare takes a huge cut of your revenue. In the end, if you're serious about teaching and you're looking at the bottom line, it is a lot less pricey to use a service like Thinkific or Teachable. In the end, you will end up leaving a lot less money on the table. And although that wasn't always the case, but now both Thinkific and Teachable offer a free plan as well. So you can try out and publish at least one course to get started completely for free. So this is the pricing table for Teachable. All right, you can see here there is a free plan which actually did not used to exist. So this is really, really nice. There are transaction fees of $1 plus 10% on all transactions. However, you can publish one course absolutely for free. It's great for getting started. And after that, their basic plan for 5 courses, $29 per month, pro plan $99, and then advanced plans for people who have really high needs for custom plans. But really with the basic and then maybe eventually with the pro, if you need more than 5 courses, you really have everything that you need. This is fairly affordable considering this is going to end up being a lot less in Skillshare. Next, we have Thinkific, and this is their pricing table. They also have a free plan that is actually quite generous. You do get one course and you also get a community, and there are 0% transactions fees even on the free plan. So this is actually a better plan than the Teachable one. Their basic plan offers you unlimited courses for only $36 per month. You also get the community, no transaction fees, email chat, all of that stuff. So Thinkific is a very good option if you're looking for a service that you won't have to pay too much for and that is going to offer you a lot of tools. The basic plan is probably going to cover everything that you need, but you also have the start plan for $74 per month or the grow plan $149 per month if you ever need that. 3. All-in-one platforms. All-in-one platforms are actually very similar to what we just talked about, but they offer even more services, so you can keep everything in one place. The two most popular are Kajabi and Kartra, and personally, I use Kartra to host all of my courses. With regular course platform, often you'll have to use other separate services for all the multiple parts of your business and then have to piece it all together into something that works. For example, you'll probably need a mailing list software to sign on potential customers and send them newsletter. You'll need a website building software and hosting to create all of your website pages. You might need video hosting to host your lessons. And depending on what kind of teaching or coaching business that you have, it can get even more complicated than that. You might need to book appointments. You might need to create quizzes or host a monthly subscription membership. It gets messy, and not only that, it gets expensive because each one of those services works on a monthly plan. So the all-in-one platforms at first glance are a lot more expensive. However, when you break it down for all the services that you don't have to sign up to now because of that, it's really not that bad, and it simplifies the process a lot, which is a godsend. Everything is in one place. This is a platform that you can grow into without the fear that this is going to grow into an ungodly mess. And what ultimately convinced me to go for an all-in-one platform, Kartra, is the analytics. Because everything is on the same service, I get really good visibility on what's going on inside my business. I can see exactly how many people signed up with a specific newsletter opt-in. I can see how many of these people are actually opening my newsletter, how many of those people go on to buy something, and if so, what did they buy? When writing my newsletters, I can choose a very specific group of people to send an email to. I can decide to send it only to people who have bought a certain course or to people who have signed up to a certain freebie, people who have gotten a specific result in my quiz, people who have watched a certain video or seen a specific page. This is extremely efficient, and this amount of segmenting means that I can give people what they really want, what they came to me for. It allows me to address each person's needs a lot more accurately. It's brilliant.
Here we are on Kajabi, and you can see what their plans are. You have the basic for 119, and then growth 159, and pro 319 per month. I know this sounds like a lot, but this is for 100 different products. If you get to that point, $319 per month will not be all that much. But the basic plan starts at $119. For that, you get 3 products, 3 funnels, unlimited landing pages, unlimited marketing emails, 10,000 contacts, 1,000 customers, etc., etc. There are no transaction fees that come with this, so this is also very interesting. And you can see here, start for free, because they do have a free trial. So you can start and set up your course, set up your pages, and see if you like the platform before you decide if you actually want to start paying. And finally, here we are in Kartra. As I told you, Kartra is the one that I personally use. These are their plans. I started initially with the starter plan, which is $99 per month, and it includes up to 20 different products. So this is actually a more generous starter plan than Kajabi is. That's why I ended up going for that. And after about a year, I upgraded to the silver plan. Mostly it was because of the video bandwidth. The video lessons end up quickly taking your 50 gigabytes. So eventually I really needed that unlimited bandwidth. So I ended up going for the silver, which is just about $200 per month. This also has unlimited products, unlimited membership, unlimited videos, unlimited everything, and up to 12,500 leads, which is a lot. I only have something like 3,500, so I have a lot of place to grow into this. So yeah, that is Kartra. They also have a 2-week free trial, which is interesting, again, to start checking out the platform and see if you like it before you commit.
So as you can see, these are definitely more expensive services. However, if you're very serious about teaching courses, a platform like this can provide you with top-of-the-line tools to reach your goals. And then when you have reached your goals, the cost is very quickly absorbed. As I showed earlier, I made over $60,000 on Kartra this past year, and my Kartra bill came to $1,788 for the entire year. That's only about 3% of my entire income, or a net profit of over $58,000. That's quite good enough. I definitely have no regrets or second thoughts about paying for this platform. Number 4, Patreon. A lot of the course platforms and all-in-one platforms that we've talked about so far do include options to create monthly memberships where you can have people paying an amount every single month. However, there's differing amounts of clunkiness and ease of use for your students. When it comes to membership, there really is few websites that do it better than Patreon. It's their thing, their one thing, and they have perfected it to a T. It's very easy to offer different tiers of rewards and interact with your members directly on Patreon. There's also an undeniable advantage to the fact that people will know what Patreon is. They've heard about it, they know how it works, so there's a lot less explaining to do. You can just link your Patreon saying, that's my Patreon. They understand what to expect. People know Patreon, it is a trusted brand, they know that there's not going to be any bugs, that the content is going to be delivered. All of this is understood. Patreon has a very different payment structure than any of the other platforms that we've mentioned today. It's not a revenue share between creators like on Skillshare, and it's not a set monthly fee like it is on Kartra, for example. Instead, Patreon takes a percentage of your revenue. Let's go take a look.
This is the Patreon pricing table, and it's really interesting because as you can see, the payment is a percentage of your monthly income. And the more features are offered, the bigger the percentage that you have to pay is. Very, very interesting. So you don't actually get membership tiers and things like that unless you get the Pro, which is 8%. However, I've seen a lot of creators, for instance, Loish has a Patreon where you have a single membership tier, and she's very, very successful with it. So it really depends what you want to do with this. With the light plan, honestly, you could probably get most of what you need if you don't really want to have many different tiers. And 5% does mean that if you don't make any sales, if you don't get any patrons, you don't actually have to pay anything to Patreon. So it's also a risk-free way to start trying this out.
And number 5, YouTube. And lastly, It's possible to bypass everything we talked about today and just make your classes available for free on YouTube. Now, I have to be honest, I wouldn't say that this is the easiest way to monetize your classes. Far from it. Growing a new YouTube channel is very difficult. It takes a lot of time and effort to get to the point where it's actually going to pay you something in ad revenue. To even get to the point where you start getting monetized on YouTube, you need at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in the past 12 months. This can be very difficult to achieve. Personally, I took YouTube very seriously. I did a lot of research. I took some online courses and I achieved monetization in about 7 months, which is considered very fast on YouTube. But still, it's 7 months without a penny and a lot of work. So it's really something that you have to think about. However, once you do get monetized, then you start earning money on all of your videos, even your old ones. To this day, my top earning video is actually one of the first videos that I posted to this channel the very same day that I launched it. On my first monetized month, I earned $98, which is fine. It's so much better than nothing. I was really happy with that. But still, $98 for 7 months of previous work. So it's a start, let's just put it that way. But every month after that, it's gotten a little bit better, slowly, little by little. My last paycheck was $365 for a month, so a great improvement. It's honestly starting to look fairly interesting, especially since I've been noticing that my revenue increase every month has been improving. Ever since I reached 10,000 subscribers, my rise has been more meteoric than before. It's all thanks to you, my viewers, and I know that this will keep improving slowly, little by little, for years to come. But I can say now, 2 years after first launching my channel, it's already come to the point where it's not a crazy idea for me if I were to create some small classes to put them directly for free on YouTube and let the ad revenue be my pay. So far, I've uploaded 3 free masterclasses to my channel and they've all done very well. So one day, if I want to create a Skillshare style mini class, I wouldn't waste my time with Skillshare. I would just upload it here where I know that all of you can enjoy it for free, which makes me happy too. There is something really nice about knowing that the classes are accessible to anyone who wants to learn and that they're free. But it did take me 2 years of very hard work for this to even start becoming a potentially viable option. So if this is something that just does not appeal to you, I can totally understand. Most importantly of all, you need to be fair to yourself, to your skill, and to the time that you're spending creating these classes. You need to make sure that you're fairly compensated for that. I'm currently toying with the idea of creating lessons teaching artists how to create and monetize art classes. It's really half-baked for now. I'm just considering the idea, gauging the interest. I have no clue what it could look like. It could be anything from small lessons that I could upload for free on YouTube, all the way to a really big comprehensive program that I could sell on Kartra. At this point, I'm just gathering thoughts and opinions about this to see if this is something that you would even be interested in. If this is something that you need, then let me know. I've created a teachers group newsletter that I will leave in the description. It's a segment of my mailing list. So if you sign up to that, you will be letting me know that you're interested in classes like this. If there's enough interest, I'll be sending out some tips and advice, possible lessons your way on this mailing list. So I'll leave the link right down below. Go on and sign up to that if you're interested. But for now, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for being here, for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you found it helpful, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help our still small channel grow. I wish you a happy new year, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!